So, Sandra, you've been referred to me by your GP for a possible colonoscopy, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
So, can you tell me what made you see your GP? Had you had some type of tummy upset?
Actually, I was feeling really tired and run down at the time and just wanted a checkup. He suspected a possible virus and recommended I have a fasting blood test, which I did. And when he was explaining the results a few days later and taking a more detailed history, that's when he said I should come and see you.
So, did the test results show something out of the ordinary?
Well, just that my iron levels were on the low side. But he said that was to be expected given my condition at the time. But then he asked me about my family history. You see, my father died at 57 from bowel cancer and his father at 52, but we don't really know what of because he refused to see a doctor. The family suspect it was also bowel cancer, though, because of the symptoms he had just before he died. Then on my mother's side of the family, my grandfather is alive but has end-stage pancreatic cancer.
Okay, and how old are you now, Sandra?
I've just turned 50. My GP said not to bother with the self-test kit, but I'm a bit concerned about having a colonoscopy if I'm honest. For one thing, there's the hospital part. Ever since I was a kid, I've been really scared of hospitals. Then, of course, there's the needles. I'm sure I'm not the only one to have a fear of those. It's more the sight of them rather than the feeling. But the biggest thing that frightens the life out of me is the possibility of having a terminal illness.
Well, in terms of the colonoscopy, I can assure you that we give you a very strong sedative to make sure you're completely unaware of the entire procedure. Have you ever experienced any symptoms?
No, I haven't. My GP asked me the same and he suggested some, but I've never had any of them. I had lost quite a bit of weight, but I'd also been on a diet at the time when I saw him. I do have some occasional tenderness in my belly and sometimes I find myself short of breath, kind of puffing. But again, because I've been sick, perhaps it's just from that.
Has it affected your life in any way? I mean, have you noticed a drastic change in your work or hobbies?
Well, I've been a chef for 20 years plus. I work in a fairly hectic environment, so I don't really have time to stop and think about it. The restaurant's always full on. I used to play tennis at the weekend and, yeah, it's definitely held me back from going. Generally, I stay at home. I read a lot more these days. If I have enough energy, I try to go jogging, but I never go very far. Nothing like before. I mean, I used to get to 12 kilometres. I try to stay fit and healthy, though. I'm a big believer in prevention rather than cure. I take a daily multivitamin just to get the full range, and to be honest, that's out of laziness more than anything. It's so easy taking just the one tablet. But I also have vitamin C powder, the kind you need to stir into a glass of water. I'd never take those chewable tablets that you can buy because they're practically useless. Also, each morning I have a teaspoon of fish oil after breakfast.
Well, they're all fine to take. In fact, I'd encourage you to continue all of what you just mentioned.